Oh, but how was Anime Riverside?
Huh?
How was Anime Riverside? We were all pretty busy doing our own things.
We were all, yeah. I mean, it's... I don't want to sound like a dick, but it's going to come out like I'm going to sound like a dick. Jaime basically invited himself.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, like, it kind of, like, took you away from us.
A little bit, yeah.
And we're like, okay. And then me and Izzy wanted to do the sign regardless. So, we're like, alright, we're still going to stick to that. Which was a really fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was really, really fun. The amount of, like, people who pick Kakashi just for, like, nostalgic reasons only. You're like, he's the OG, he made that so fucking Gojo could run. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but then I'm like, you also gotta look towards the future, and they're like, no! Like, no one wanted to. Even though Gojo ended up winning, which was fantastic.
Whatever.
I should have brought the board back on Sunday, like after the meetup, because we went back into the con for a little bit. But I mean, it was fun. It was really, really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I always love doing those fucking boards just because, like, I don't know, people get, like, riled up. And it was really fun, like, watching some guys, like, yell at each other, and especially me, like, come on, like, he's fucking hot. Like, Gojo's fucking it, bro. Like, it was really, really fun.
What you think about the meetup?
It was good. It was great.
I love going to meetups.
Yeah.
Ever since I went to my first one.
That was my first one right there.
I went to the one I went to Anime Pasadena. That shit was huge, man. We took up the whole steps for my first ever Demon Slayer meetup and shit like that. And then I went to the next one, which was Riverside. And then I didn't end up going to the Demon Slayer one for Pasadena because I was Charmy from Black Clover. So I went to the Black Clover meetup too, which is just as cool too. The big ones are fucking dope, but the small ones are really cool too because they're a little bit more intimate.
Or were you guys doing... I remember you and Nicole talking about Anime Pasadena this year. Mm-hmm. Are you guys still going to go?
I don't think Nicole's going to go.
It's because I asked her and she's like, I don't know about Ray, but if Ray's still down, I'm still down. Kind of deal. Mm-hmm. Like, if no one goes, it's fine. She's just not going to go. But if someone is going to go, she's also down.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But then she was also like, I'll have to wait and see for, like, who's going to be there, like, the lineup.
I have to see if I can go. Because it's around, like, Jaime's birthday, too. I'm broke.
This was, like, the first con I hardly spent anything on.
Yeah?
And I think that's because on Saturday, because we did the sign, I was so busy with the fucking sign.
It was the second con I hardly spent anything on. WonderCon, I only had $100 with me. Oh, thank you, bro. I know. I'll take this.
And then, like, Sunday, I was like, alright, I'm going to go around the vendors, get some decals, and I did. But, yeah, I hardly spent anything. Man, but, like, my shoulders were also killing me that day, too. Because during Saturday, like, Nicole and Daisy, they were stuck on a vendor because Nicole was getting, I think, Has-Been Hotel stickers, right?
Yeah.
Or I think it was an Astarian thing? It was either Astarian or it was Has-Been Hotel, for sure.
Yeah.
And they spent, like, at least 30 minutes, like, almost, like, at least 30 minutes waiting until, like, they were, like, next to buy something. And I was, like, outside of all the lines. I was, like, you know, not in front of any vendor, so I wouldn't be rude. Mm-hmm. And I was just standing there. Like, I locked my shoulders back because that's how I could hold it. And everyone's just fucking, like, yelling at me, and it was just too fun. I don't know. I like doing it a lot.
I have a new cause plan. I have a lot of new cause plans.
Me too. But they all involve me getting fit.
This one low-key a little bit. I mean, technically I don't have to. But I'll show you a picture of it.
Oh my god.
You finished it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but
cool.
I'm aware who that is.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah.
I kind of, like, I want to get more ribs so I can do, like, a toff. But The one where it's like the tough. The one the fucking play.
Dora too.
Dora. Oh, and I also want to do like tough Anya or tough Fiora. I think that would be like really fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Well, just any adorable like little character.
Mm-hmm.
Make them hella beefy.
Yeah.
You can even do like a beefy Armin. That'd be funny. With the little bob.
Oh. Like a little book.
Yeah,
Bob.
that'd be great.
Fucking pure muscles. Yeah, that'd be hilarious as shit. Yeah, I'm down. That'd be actually really fun.
I need to get ripped too, because I want to cosplay Time Skip Aaron. Female version though. So bad. But I can't.
I forgot we're doing this. Hi everybody, welcome back.
I forget. This happens all the time.
I mean, it's just like, we're just hanging out, basically.
Two bros.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. My bad. Welcome everybody. Why do I sound like Markiplier? What the heck?
No, see, now you gotta do like Markiplier. Bring it in.
How does he say welcome or hello everybody? My name is Markiplier.
You gotta hit those low notes. You gotta hit them.
Remember a couple weeks back how I sent you something regarding MatPat? How I was watching an old GT Live video.
Mm-hmm.
And well, that happened. I knocked the fuck out on the couch. I woke up, and like we have like a screen door, and then we have like the regular door behind it. The regular door was like wide open, dude. So only the screen door was closed and locked. But it's because it was really hot and everything, and then I was like, oh well, I'll close it when I like go to sleep or whatever. I knocked out. I woke up and it was like 2 a.m. to Markiplier fucking screaming on TV. It had segued to Markiplier's videos, his playthroughs of FNAF. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
He's everywhere, dude.
He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn walls.
Alright, but...
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we haven't even... I thought you were gonna do it, but then you like stop.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Caffeinated Creeps. My name's Ray. I'm your host. And this is your other host.
Mr. Bitternotes, welcome back to episode 28.
Woo woo.
You can hear Daisy in the background just screaming.
That's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. After another week of hiatus, because last weekend was it last weekend?
Yeah.
The fuck,
It's been a week already.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck, I was gonna call off like the Monday after the con, but it was 11 hours. Like this was like 11-hour shifts I was dealing with, and I didn't have the hours to call off. Mm-hmm. I was like, I can't do it. It's like, oh my god, I suffered through all that shit.
I feel that.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't supposed to work Monday, Tuesday because my work week was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I would have Monday, Tuesday off. Well, I had requested Saturday, Sunday off, and I switched shifts, and my friend covered for me on Friday, and I covered for her on Tuesday, I think. So, I had technically Monday and Tuesday were my days off, but my boss, she had texted me on Friday, and she's all like, can you come in on Monday? And I was like, sure. And she's all like, thank you. She put crying emojis. I'm trying to find, I was trying to find someone to staff. And I was like, girl, don't worry. I was like, if you want me to come in on Tuesday, let me know. And she's all like, you'll be fine working 6 days. And I was like, fuck it, I need money. So, so she's all like, okay, I'll schedule you for 6 days. She got an audit for understaffing.
Oh shit.
Para que se le quite. Para que se le quite.
Ooh.
Imagine getting audited.
Would be me.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, oh yeah, we already talked about the con before we started recording.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had fun.
Of course, yeah.
I hosted my Demon Slayer meetup. I thought nobody was gonna come besides you guys, but I'm surprised with the turnout. Yeah. It was nice.
Who was that? I know you had one friend that was gonna photograph the event.
It was Alice.
Yeah, but
then this dude, the photographer, Simplico Photography, I guess he heard about the meetup, so he came to take pictures anyways.
Yeah, I was like, who is he?
Yeah, I've never met him before in my life. But I followed him because I like the way that he takes his photos. So I followed him before and everything. But he says that he was gonna post them on his account on Instagram and Facebook. So I've been trying to keep an eye on it, so when they do come out, I'm gonna share them with everybody. Okay. I'm gonna put them on the Facebook group and everything. But yeah, I like the turnout. It was very nice.
I also like the freaking after party too. Wish there was one on Sunday. That would have been really fun.
Yeah. It was really small. It was way better last year. And it's funny because Anime Riverside had gone live and it was Colin K. Bass. And then he's all like, yeah, send in your questions and everything. And then I was all like, is the after party gonna be better than the one for Pasadena? He read it out loud and then he's all like, I don't know what to say to that. And then he just skipped over and I was like, okay.
Like, it's not like top secret information.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But it's whatever. I think the room was just too small for us to party.
For a little bit, but no, only when you get into the center. That's when it got crazy.
Yeah.
But I felt fun because I had like a natural barrier around me.
And right next to it was the little Snow Bunny lounge.
Yeah, I did not get to go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of
2 of my friends were in there. They're both Snow Bunnies. Yeah, one of them is Envy. He listens to the podcast, I think, or he follows it at least on Instagram. Envy Cons, he follows you too.
I think so.
Their account is like a fan art photo of Blair from Soul Eater.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Envy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go by Envy, and then it's my other friend Abby. Well, she doesn't listen to it, but she was also there.
Yeah, fuck you, Abby. No.
Leave her alone.
Okay.
I mean, we're not even friends. We're just like mutuals.
Having one of my other friends who went to the after party too. She gave me fucking decals for Daisy. But like Romy decals. I'm like, alright.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, should I do it? Should I start?
Yes, it is your turn after all.
Let's get started. Woo-woo. There's this old baker YouTuber that I follow, and every time she was about to make a new dessert or whatever, she'd be like, let's get started, and she'd do a little thing with her finger. I don't know why, I just remembered that now. Rosanna Pansino. Have you seen her videos?
No, I don't think so.
Really? She did it. She used to collaborate with a whole bunch of YouTubers, like with Markiplier and shit like that.
For a second I thought Wait, who?
Rosanna Pansino.
Okay, yeah.
Nerdy Nummies,
Yeah,
there we go.
There, yeah. No,
My bad.
Because when you did this, I'm like, I think I know somebody who did that.
She's the same height as me, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Every picture that she's taken with people, she's always so short. I'm like, how short is she?
She's 4'11".
God fucking damn.
Alright. So this case kind of frustrated me a little bit. It was a bit of a head scratcher, for sure. And it's the case of Alicia Navarro.
Why does that sound familiar?
The more I talk about it, the more you're gonna know who I'm talking about.
I feel like I doubt that, but continue.
Believe it or not, it's not a murder.
Missing person?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So let's start from the beginning. On September 15th, 2019, in Glendale, Arizona, a woman named Jessica is waiting for her husband to come home. He works nights and he gets home like at around 1. So she would like to stay up a bit to greet him so that they can have a little bit of quality time together. As she's like going up the stairs for something, she sees that her daughter Alicia is going down the stairs. And they kind of like exchange a few words and everything, and her daughter wanted to go get like a glass of water. And her daughter asks like, oh, what time are you gonna go to bed? And then her mom is all like, chill, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the adult, like, don't worry about it, you know? She's like, I'm gonna just wait till your stepdad gets home and then I'm gonna knock out. So, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Alicia. And, she's 14 and she's about to turn 15 in a week.
Okay.
In this, in this story. And, one thing about Alicia is that she has high functioning autism, which means that she always needs to be on a schedule, and if not, she kind of like gets anxious and she kind of like starts freaking out a bit. And she does have friends, but these are friends that she's been having since like preschool, you know, so it's like pretty close and like tight knitted and everything.
Yeah.
But because of her autism, it's kind of hard for her in certain social situations, and also due to her anxiety, like her mom is like really chill. Like if Alicia didn't want to go to school because she was just anxious, she wouldn't like let her go to school. She'd be like, "Oh, you can stay home. We'll do something together at home." And there was even a point too where Alicia was homeschooled for a bit because she couldn't deal so much with being in a physical schooling environment, you know? Mm-hmm. So, but at this time, you know, she's 14, 15, she's in high school already. And she's acting a little bit, like, different and stuff like that. Like, she's showing interest in a lot of things that she didn't really show interest in before. Like, a lot of people with autism, they have, like, sensory issues. So she would always be wearing the same clothes. And she would always be eating the same foods and stuff like that. And, what else? And she started, like, changing a bit. Like, she wanted to wear more provocative clothing. Like, backless shirts and stuff like that. Which, I mean, like, isn't that bad, but it was just out of the norm, you know, that her mom noticed. And she was also getting really into, like, certain rock music as well and everything. And I'm just like, ooh, like her little emo phase or whatever. We all get there.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And she was also getting really interested in, like, comics. So she, like, begged her parents to get her a $200 worth Iron Man comic, if I'm correct.
Just one?
Yeah, it was just, like, I'm assuming it was, like, a special edition. I genuinely don't know, because I'm not really into, like, the Marvel and DC comics themselves.
Yeah, I know, but it's there's, like, also, like, really, like, comics that people sell that are, like old comic books that are like in pristine or mint conditions that go really high. Mm-hmm. So it's probably something like that. Yeah. Or maybe like a really rare comic book or something.
Yeah, probably. And because she was always, and because like she's a little bit like awkward and like has issues making friends, the one way she was able to thrive in was being online. So like she had a therapist and everything. Like she would always talk to her therapist and everything. So her therapist and her mom knew about like her internet access, and she was actually doing really good because of this. Like the friends that she was making online, it's much easier to make a friend online than to make one in person.
Yeah.
Which I agree, I can attest. I have a few online friends that I've been with. I think the longest I've had an online friend, I think maybe like 7 years already. We're going 7 years strong and stuff like that. But so she wasn't as really like worried about it because being online was a good thing for her. And she was kind of like a gamer, and she would mainly play like Minecraft and Roblox. And she had a Discord, which you already know how Discords are. This is in 2019.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, damn, like a Discord.
Yeah.
So
this is like what, 5 years ago?
Yeah. Wait, 24, 23, 22, 21, 26 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
So but what's it called? Oh yeah, so like I was saying earlier, it's because like I'm talking to you and I'm not looking at my notes, and then I look at my notes and I was like, wait, I already talked about this.
Yeah. You have not like looked down in a minute.
What? I really like this case. I watched like the same YouTube video like 3 times, and then I listened to the podcast twice. So what's it called? So I kind of know a bit. So like I said, automatically, like when you think of like Discord, everybody, you know, red flags and everything. There's a minor on Discord, like be careful.
Yeah.
Which is true, but like I said, Jessica didn't really find it weird because this was actually helping her improve her social skills, and she was monitoring her daughter the best of her abilities. But you know, children are gonna be sneaky.
Yeah. One
way or another. So
you know what? No, it's good that you have that memorized.
Yeah. So, you know, going back after Jessica and Alicia have that exchange, Alicia goes back to her room, Ivan, which is Jessica's husband, and it's Alicia's stepdad, he comes home and everything, and Jessica eventually goes back to her room to sleep. And from what I know, he stays downstairs to watch TV, and he ends up knocking out on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So at around 7 a.m., Jessica's up again so that she can start making breakfast for everybody. And I don't know exactly if she was done with food or before she was making food, but she noticed that the back door was slightly opened. And she's all like, huh, that's weird. Maybe Ivan left it open. Because he was like tired and everything. He works late and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So at first she didn't really freak out. And she's like, okay, well, nothing's missing. So somebody obviously couldn't have broken in because the dog, because they had a dog too, the dog would have started barking. You know, like Ivan was downstairs and shit like that. So she looks outside, and against the wall, there's 2 chairs stacked on top of each other. And then there's a shovel next to it and like some bricks holding the chairs in place.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So by this time, her 2 little ones, which was a little boy and a little girl, they were already awake. And Ivan was probably awake too. The only one that wasn't awake yet was Alicia. So she was hoping that she was still asleep or she was playing video games. So, she goes to the room and she's gone. Obviously, like, she starts freaking out and stuff like that. So she calls 911. And 911 said that they were going to send a cop over. But after that, she had called her friend too to help her start looking for her daughter too. Because, like I said, her daughter's autistic, high functioning and everything. Like, she doesn't know how to use the bus herself. Like, she gets uncomfortable wearing certain clothing, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
like, obviously, like, it's a big deal. Like, she cannot take care of herself. She wasn't, like, even though she's high functioning, like, she can do a lot of things by herself, too. But it's, I mean, like, it's just, like, the small stuff. She's worried about her kid, you know? And, like, as she's looking in the backyard with the cops, they notice, like, a footprint, and it matches her daughter's shoe. So, for sure, her daughter had climbed over the wall.
Mm.
So, there's actually a documentary called Find Alicia Navarro. And Jessica's theory is that Alicia left on her own, but she just does not know why. And, as she's talking to police, she's giving, like, her theories and stuff like that. And, she goes back into the house and she's, like, doing a mental checklist of everything. Of all of her stuff. And she notices that Alicia took her phone, her MacBook, a few pieces of clothing, and a small backpack. She took the comic book. So she believes that the comic book wasn't for her. It was a gift for whoever she was meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she also noticed that Alicia didn't take her computer charger or her phone charger, which could indicate that she planned on, like, returning.
Yeah.
So, she even left behind her school computer and her desktop computer.
Damn.
Which has a lot of her gaming stuff. And, since day one, Jessica has started, like, investigating herself. She was walking around, talking to people, passing out flyers and stuff like that. And, this was a Sunday. So, the next day on Monday, she couldn't sleep at night, but she's determined to continue going to look for her kid. And she goes back to Alicia's room and she discovers a note that she had missed that was on her desk. And the note said, "I ran away. I'll come back, I swear. I'm sorry." And then she put Alicia. So, the thing is that it's confirmed that it was found on Monday. But my question is that,
How did you miss it?
Yeah, like, not only how would you miss it, like, maybe she was distraught and she just, like, wasn't really paying attention or whatever, but, like, you'd think that police would have gone into Alicia's room to check? To see, like, you know what I mean? Or, like, blocked it off as, like, potential crime scene? But I don't know, because at this time, it's a runaway case, not...
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe that's why they didn't do any actual investigation. Because if it was a kidnapping situation, then they probably would have gone upstairs to look for something. But if they found her footprint outside with those chairs and bricks stacked up, then they knew for sure that it was her own volition going out.
Oh, yeah. So, when she sees the note, she immediately pushes for the Arizona Department of Public Safety to issue a silver alert. And a silver alert is similar to like an amber alert, but it's for when a person is over the age of 65 and or a person with certain cognitive or developmental disabilities. So she qualifies because she is autistic.
Yeah.
And everything. But the authorities were a little bit hesitant because of her age. Because she was a runaway, or at least it looked like that she was a runaway, you know? But, you know, she's all like, come on, like, she's at risk and everything, like, she's immunocompromised, she has to take her medication every day, she has issues eating, and, she can't really navigate public transportation, and she has sensory issues, like, you have to call a silver alert.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Jessica is fucking on it, dude. She is so persistent that they agree to let out this silver alert and everything because there's no statute either way of age requirements for the silver alert.
Yeah.
And she's actually the first minor in history to have a silver alert issued for her. Yeah.
You probably already said it and I probably missed it. What state is this in?
Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. This is in Glendale, Arizona.
Okay.
So the alert describes her as having high functioning autism and being 4'5".
What?
4 foot. I'm pretty.
The thing you mean 5'4"?
No, I'm pretty sure I put 4'9", but I don't know why I put 5. And she's 95 pounds, and she looks a little younger than 14 years old. Dude, she looks like a baby. Let me show you a picture of her real quick. Okay, well this is her. Okay, you cannot tell me that girl looks 15.
No, she looks like 9.
She looks like she's 11, 10. She looks like she's 10, 10, 11. So,
too young to be on Discord. What the fuck?
Yeah. So, she was hella young, dude. I was like, what, 18? Yeah, I was 18 in 2019.
Damn.
So, what's it called? So, like I said, she looks a little bit younger than 14. And she has brown eyes and long brown hair. And she has braces on her teeth. And the alert goes to say that she might be wearing a white sweatshirt and a white washed denim overall skirt. And the silver alert doesn't mention who she might be with, and days pass and Jessica wonders if Alicia left to meet someone she met online. She knows Alicia's habits. She knows Alicia prefers to stay home rather than go out. Unlike many autistic children, she doesn't wander off. So, her up and running away was completely out of character unless she was groomed. So, there was an incident back in 2017 where Jessica found Alicia texting an adult man. She reported it immediately to the police, confiscated her iPhone and all her electronics, and she kind of kept giving her lectures about talking to strangers online.
Mm-hmm.
And even Alicia's therapist was giving her lectures too about like the dangers of the internet and shit like that. And Alicia eventually was all like, yeah, like I understand, and like she seemed very sincere. So eventually her mother gave her back the electronics and she hadn't had an issue since. So like during this time as she's like sharing, you know, stuff, a lot of people, because it skyrockets because she's so persistent, many strangers online are talking shit about how Jessica's a terrible mom. And she honestly, I feel like she did everything she could to protect Alicia. She found out that she was texting this adult guy. She immediately reported it to the police. You know, like she took her stuff away. She gave her a lecture. You know, I feel like she did the best she could. And eventually, like Jessica came out to say, and it's kind of like a powerful quote that a lot of news sources kind of like keep requoting. And she says, "My daughter could be your daughter. Don't judge me. Learn from me."
Damn.
And I was just like, yeah, I was like, damn. So, and at the same time, even if she wanted to take all her electronics away, she felt bad doing it because that was the way that Alicia was thriving, you know? For her to just take away her only source of communication and her only way of, like, because she was getting better, like, her social skills were improving, like, dramatically because of all of this, you know? So she kind of thought that it would be like a little bit fucked up to do that because it's like taking part of her life away.
Yeah.
So, Jessica and her family believe that the person responsible for Alicia's disappearance might have been grooming her for a long time and took advantage of her kindness. And this person wouldn't have seemed like a stranger to Alicia, but a friend. And, I didn't write this down, but, like I said, this is a week before her 15th birthday. So, a whole week passes around. Her birthday's on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That day, there's actually a video on it, which is really sad. And, all Alicia wanted for her birthday, she didn't want a quinceañera because of her sensory issues and, you know, like, it would be too overwhelming. So she wanted red velvet cake, and she wanted to eat at a steakhouse to try steak for the first time because she doesn't like steak. So they're all like, okay, this is cool. Like, she's turning 15. She's being grown now. She wants to try new things. Like, that's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. Let's do it. So, but, I mean, she's gone now. So they had planned, like, a whole little, like, party for her and everything. So her family, they had all passed out flyers. I'm pretty sure they were passing out flyers, like, every day as much as they can. But on that Saturday, they were passing out flyers, and they had the cake there. Like, you can tell that it's a park. Like, under the little canopies or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because her mom is next to the birthday cake, and it has a 15 on the cake, and the candles are lit, and they're singing happy birthday to nobody. And you can see the mom just, she's like singing happy birthday, and she just breaks down, and she cannot finish the song. So, I just wanted to put that in there because I don't know when I would be able to, and then I would forget. Because I didn't really know where to put it in, you know?
I think this was the perfect time for it.
Yeah. So, like I said... Oh, sorry.
Fuck, it is so heartbreaking.
I know. Oh, my God. I was telling my mom about this case while we were eating breakfast. And then she's like, okay, and then what happened? And I was like, well, I'm not done with my notes yet. She's like, well, then hurry up and finish so you can tell me. So she made me tell her before I left. So like I said earlier, Jessica keeps working and finding ways to spread word about Alicia, and manages to get in contact with nonprofits for missing and exploited kids, and these groups agree that her belief is totally, like, plausible. Like, all the theories that she was having, that obviously it has to be a stranger online.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
Because that's the only way it makes fucking sense, you know? Like, if she's a homebody, and then all of a sudden she just ups and runs away, like, there has to be a reason why, and they do believe that she was groomed. Oh crap, I guess I did write it down here that they were the whole birthday thing. So, let's see. A tip comes in after Alicia's case was shared on Live PD. A woman says that she saw Alicia walking and holding hands with a man near North 67th Avenue and Bethany Home Road. And a second woman also calls, and she also says that she saw Alicia in, like, around the same area. And this is actually 10 minutes away from where she lived.
So she's basically still in the same area, almost.
Yeah. So Jessica also follows this lead and is out there herself looking and asking people in the park, but eventually hits a dead end. Jessica also started going out at night, continuing her search, and she actually said that she didn't realize how dangerous it was. I feel like, I mean, obviously when you go out at night, you know, like, it's dangerous, but she just did not think that it was that bad, because she's out, like, at 2, 3 in the morning and shit like that. And she sees, like, young people around, like, Alicia's age, and they're, like, drugged out on drugs and everything, like, drinking and prostituting themselves, like, on the fucking street. And she's like, part of her is hoping that Alicia's not there, but part of her is hoping that Alicia is there so that she can find her. She's like, I hope she's not hanging with this crowd, but
she's there. I found her.
Yeah.
That's gotta be such a complicating.
And supposedly after she saw that, she even had issues sleeping. After she saw how bad it was at night, she's just so traumatized. So as 2019 rolled into 2020, Jessica kept calling Glendale PD, and they would try to answer her, and they would kind of explain what steps that they were taking in the investigation. She was probably calling every single day, man, and I would not blame her at all.
Yeah.
Every single day, just calling and calling and calling. They had done a ping with the tower, and it turns out that why did I put Jessica? Alicia's phone was turned off. Then they did something called a tower dump on a tower near their house. And basically what a tower dump is that instead of taking record of a specific phone, they skim through all the records of all the phones within a certain time frame. And it must have taken forever because Glendale's right next to Phoenix. That shit's fucking packed, dude. So let's say if she was still awake by before 1, maybe like it's like 12:30, then they're gonna have to do like 12:30 to 7 a.m. maybe because that's when she woke up and she was missing. So then they're not only gonna have to skim like hundreds, maybe even thousands of phones and all the records to see, like just how they can. And then it's even hard too because like what if the dude was using a burner phone and shit like that? What if they both had burner phones? You know what I mean? So it's just,
I feel like it'd be more plausible for him just to have the burner phone, or for the person to have a burner phone.
But at the same time, the podcast that I was listening to, they're not gamers in the slightest, but they did talk to somebody, and then they said that there's some games where they have chat rooms where it'll save, but you can manually like delete them. But like for example, like if you're calling like via like online, I guess, like because there's some video games where you can talk to each other through the game.
Yeah.
You can't save those. You know what I mean? So who knows if they were just communicating literally through the game.
Yeah.
And they have no record of any of that. So so that's what they were explaining to her, and what makes it even harder though is that we all know what happened in 2020. COVID. Which made shit so much harder because everybody was wearing masks. So not only was it hard for her to look for her kid, it was hard for her to look for like a creep, like a possible suspect that was with her that might know her. You know what I mean? Or that might be like with her and shit like that. Like they could literally just be hiding in plain sight. And like society went to the point where like you would notice when somebody was covering up to you would notice when somebody's not covering up, Yeah. So,
Damn, it's crazy that now it's rare to see someone with a mask.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, at least not for me because...
Well, you're working...
I'm in healthcare. Yeah, I work in healthcare.
But like for...
I put on a fucking mask, especially after a patient has like C. diff and shit like that. I'm all like, I'm masking up.
No, but when, like in Amazon right now, like I see 1 or 2 people with masks and I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, go for it. We should just be adopting like the Japanese style one, like when you're sick,
Put on a mask.
Put on a mask, that's it. Yeah.
They do it out of courtesy too, which is pretty cool.
Not here in America though. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's their God-given a right to spread the sickness.
Jesus. On the podcast that I was listening to, it was Crime Junkie. They kind of had a question if they were looking into the creep from 2017. And they did look up the report, but it was very vague. They didn't save any usernames or cell phones or the names of anybody. So they don't know if it's the same person. But at the same time, it was a 2-year difference. So it could have been the same person or a completely different person.
You said username, so it was from a game for sure.
No, I'm just saying that like they had no information. So there's like no usernames, no cell phone numbers, nothing.
Damn.
They just said that this grown adult person was talking to Alicia. So they also got in contact with rideshare companies, group homes, and they did video walkthroughs of the neighborhood and businesses nearby. They were also talking to local sex offenders that lived nearby, as well if they knew anything, kind of like, do you have something to do with it, And they were all dead ends, basically. And the FBI even started helping out too a little bit. They weren't fully on the case, but because everything was mainly on the internet, the police department didn't have like a cyber crime unit. So that's what the FBI came in to just help them with like the cyber stuff. So let's see. And at this time, Jessica's also working with private investigators, and she's still talking with police and with private investigators, and then March finally rolls around. And I already said the COVID lockdown is even worse. And Jessica was also worried about her daughter, and she wanted to know if her daughter was like healthy or if she could even get COVID because she was immunocompromised. And all of this overwhelming fear led Jessica to work with the Anti-Predator Project, and a private investigator reached out in March of 2020, and right away a new partnership feels hopeful. Glendale PD are swamped with a whole bunch of cases, and with the Anti-Predator Project, they're able to dedicate all of their time to fighting child exploitation. So it's kind of like basically a match made in heaven. And Jessica praises them, like, to this day, like when you see interviews that she's like talking on, she's always like shouting them out and everything.
Yeah, because they're fighting a good fucking fight.
Yeah, and she says that every time she calls or she texts, she gets a response as soon as they can. So, around the 1 year mark of Alicia's disappearance, someone in Nebraska claims to have seen a young woman who looks similar to Alicia, but yet again, it was another dead end. And on September of 2020, it's very dark and dreadful, and Alicia has now been missing for a year, and her case has gone cold. It's only a year. Despite the coldness of the investigation, Jessica never gave up and turned to the internet for help. She made a TikTok account under the handle Find Alicia Navarro, and I've been following it since like 2021.
Still active?
Yeah, but they haven't posted anything since like 22, I believe. And I looked at the followers now, and it's over 320,000. And not only is she sharing her story, but she's also like stitching the stories of like other missing children, and she's also talking about the dangers of the internet to parents as well.
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Yeah. 4 years have passed, and in 2023 we finally get an update. Hold on to your seatbelt.
Okay, because you...
On July 26, 2023, an 18-year-old girl shows up at a small police station in Montana. She states that she is Alicia Navarro and is requesting to be taken off the missing persons list so that she can get her driver's license.
What the fuck? Please tell me that there's more to that. If you just end it there, I'm gonna be so fucking upset.
Okay, a day after she was found, her mother, I believe it was a day after, but obviously as soon as, because this was a very important case, like this shit was everywhere. So obviously, like, they took a picture of 18-year-old Alicia. This is fucking her, dude. At first I was all like, that's not her, and I was all like, it's her. Dude, she looks angry in the picture. I'm being serious. Like, girl, who's shit in your cereal? This is her when she waltzed into the police station. She does not look 18. She looks 15.
She does look angry. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that her?
That's her, dude.
Hold on.
That's fucking her.
What the fuck happened to her? Jesus.
Yeah. So, there's literally, like, not really much of an update after this. As soon as they find out that it's actually Alicia and she's safe, her mother makes a video and she posts it on Facebook, because she had a Facebook group to, like, find Alicia. And obviously she doesn't owe anybody anything, but because of how much she was sharing her story and how much people were helping and spreading the word, she felt like they owed, like, an explanation. And, like, in the video, she basically states that her daughter has been found, and most importantly, her daughter's healthy, and, you know, that she's alive, which is the most important thing. And she's, like, praising God and that it's a blessing, it's a miracle and shit like that. And she also said that even though she's here now, that she wants her privacy. That she wants her family to have privacy, and she doesn't want to be, like, interviewed and shit like that because of this. I can't find anything else on it, but Alicia didn't go with her mom. The police, when she was being interviewed by police and shit like that, they're all like, well, you're not in trouble or anything. She technically didn't do anything wrong. So if you don't want to go home to your mom, you don't have to. You're 18. She's literally about to turn 19. So she's going to turn 20 this year. So they told her that and everything, and she's all like, cool, peace out. And she left with the guy she was staying with, and it's a 35-year-old man, dude.
Did they at least arrest the dude? Because even though... Okay, alright, I'm getting way too far. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
Getting ahead.
So, what's his name? I have his name right here. I didn't write this shit down because it's so small. But anyways, hold up. Let me show this to you too. This is a picture of her and the dude.
Oh, no. Oh. Jesus.
Anyways, so they did question him, but I mean, she's 18 now. They had been living together for a year, which makes you question, then where was she at the 3 years before?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, where the fuck was she at? And stuff like that. I don't know. Nobody knows. But what's it called? So they kind of like they're like, okay, bye, in a way. But they're still investigating him, you know?
Yeah, because...
And eventually they do get a search warrant. Oh, his name is Edmund Davis. And, he did get, what's it called? A report. They start investigating him. And they actually, break into their house. Police breaks into their apartment. And they arrest him because he... Jesus Christ. He was charged with 2 counts of sexual abuse of children. He had explicit images of minors on his computer. As young as toddlers, dude.
Oh, Jesus fucking
Oldest
Christ.
being 16, around 16, because he was charged with children under 16, and then I think under 12 as well. I don't know why they have to have different tiers. I mean, if they're under 18, it's a minor. I don't care. But yeah, so he got his ass arrested, and he's in jail with the $1 million bond, and they're still continuing to investigate. There's literally nothing else. I swear to God.
You know what? As long as I got him behind bars.
And they did do an interview like with her, kind of like it was kind of like a FaceTime interview. It was a little bit shitty, but she literally says she doesn't want to go back with her mom, and she left because she wanted to. But at the same time, everybody is all like, she has Stockholm syndrome, she's brainwashed, she's this, she's that. But in reality, we don't know. I'm pretty sure to some degree she was groomed, or else there was no way for her to run away.
I think from the start, yeah, absolutely, she was groomed.
Yeah. But it still begs the question, if they were really together for only a year, well, living together for over a year, like about a year, where was she at, like, before? Who was she staying with before? So, I mean, it could be plausible, it could be probable for her to be living by herself, like, in the streets, but still at the same time, no MacBook and no phone. And in the note, she said she was going to come back. You know? So it's just kind of like, was the note to deter her mom to not worry as much? You know? It's just weird.
Maybe.
Dude, that's why I said this frustrated me.
Maybe it was the person who groomed her told her to write that note.
Maybe, who knows?
To throw off her, the mom to begin with.
Yeah.
To hopefully that she wouldn't go to the police, but obviously, like, who wouldn't go to the police at that point? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. Just for her to skedaddle and be like, can you take me off the missing persons list? I want to get a driver's license. Like...
What's worse is that she knows she was missing then.
Yeah.
Yeah, she absolutely knew. Didn't say anything about it.
The amount of pain. I mean, low-key, I'm kind of pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I have to remember, she's a minor.
She was most likely, like...
She's a minor, and she's autistic, too, and everything. Like, she probably got groomed and shit like that, but I can't help but feel angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit frustrated and everything. But I know that's not what her mom would want. Her mom seems like she's super sweet, and her mom seems very genuine and everything. Like, it's just...
But it's weird not having the full...
If her mom's not upset, I'm gonna be upset for her, okay? I doubt she's ever gonna listen to this, but Jessica, I'm pissed for you, okay?
Like, it...
At the end of the day, Alicia's still a victim.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just... that's why I said it. It's like this... It's just so weird and frustrating. That's the same age as my cousin. My cousin turns 15 next year. She's having her quinceañera next year. And I can imagine my little cousin running away. She's a baby. She's a fucking baby. She can't do shit herself.
Yeah, it's also the problem with, like, the new generation. They want to grow up so fast that they don't realize that...
But, I mean, like, part of it, too, I believe, has to deal with a lot of... I feel like it does have to lead a little bit with classism as well. Which sounds dumb, but I mean, like... My cousin, she has social media. My aunt did not allow her to have social media at all. But she had to make my cousin a social media account for middle school. Because her middle school uses social media. Her high school, at Forcitas, they use social media. That's where they have, like, their link crew, their theater, their sports teams on social media. They're posting schedules. The student council's posting shit on social media. I had
to download Discord for high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Because I feel like it leaves an opening. And technology has advanced so much. Like, we didn't have this type of technology 30 years ago, 25 years ago.
Especially now. Now it's even worse. Have you seen what happened recently? Like, I think it was this month or last month.
About what?
There was a high school principal that got, like, caught in heat because there was a videotape of him, like yelling, like, on the phone, like, about how some of the students, like, calling them, like a slur and, like, just, like, really, really, like, yelling, like, towards, like, minorities, right?
Oh my god.
And they got so popular, like, it spread throughout the school. It went to, like, news stations. And, like, it got so bad that, you know, he was getting death threats. So, like, police were, like, camping out in his house, like, keeping him safe. And...
Oh, yeah, protect the racist, whatever.
And he was like, I swear, I never said any of that. It was found out a week later that one of the coaches created an AI using his voice. So it was never the principal that ever said it. He never said it.
Wow.
And it was only because the coach wasn't scheduled to work next year.
And this is why the internet is like a double-edged sword. It's entirely useful, but it's also so bad, too.
Yeah. I've been using fucking Meta's AI on Instagram to create, like, meal preps.
What the fuck, Michael? Stop using AI.
It's actually really fucking helpful.
Okay, but still, stop using AI.
It is helpful, though. Like, I'm using it for its intended use. Some people are using it for the worst use.
Yeah.
Like this fucking coach who ruined a man's life, basically. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he's ever gonna go back to that job.
And I mean, like, going back to, you remember Amanda Todd, right?
Yes.
The girl with, like, the little...
The signs? Yeah.
Okay.
That is ancient history.
Yeah.
Jesus.
For the people that don't know Amanda Todd, you want to explain it?
So, back when, I guess the internet was on the rise, like, it was getting its role. A lot more online bullying had occurred, and I guess also bullying in schools had just, I don't know, it was like on the rise, right?
Yeah, for a while. Yeah. There wasn't a lot of restrictions for the internet, too.
No, there wasn't, and there was this girl who posted what I could only call, like, a virtual suicide note.
Yeah.
Yeah, on YouTube, where it was her holding a bunch of sort of index cards with her story and how she was gonna basically end it all. What did she end it doing? She drank.
She was being blackmailed.
Oh, right.
There was an adult man that was grooming her. She sent nudes, and he said, like, I'm gonna share them to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he did share them to people.
Yeah.
And that's why she got bullied and shit like that. I think she ended up moving schools, and then he shared it to her new school as well. And she eventually ended up killing herself.
But I kind of forgot how she did it, though. I haven't watched that video in, like, ages.
Didn't she drink bleach? Or
that's what I'm thinking, because I remember...
Where's my phone?
I remember, like, that became a whole topic, too. Like, obviously don't do it. Nobody do it. That's fucking dangerous. But I remember, like, towards the end of, like, 2010s to, like, beginning of, like, 2012, like, people were like, oh, like, drink bleach. Like, everyone was always saying that, like, that phrase. And I think it's because of Amanda Todd.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I don't remember exactly, because that was, like, long time ago. Almost, like, 20 years, close to 20 years ago at this point.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was wrong. She hung herself.
Holy shit. Everyone.
Yeah.
Then where the fuck did the drink bleach one come from?
You want to know when her trial took place, though?
She had a trial?
The dude that did it? Yeah. Anonymous helped out and found him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
I hope I'm not just talking out of my ass. I'm pretty sure Anonymous... Anonymous didn't... Because that's when Anonymous was also getting on the rise, too.
Yeah.
Because Anonymous likes to come and go. And shit like that. They come and go for sure. But they were able to find the predator, and they found him and shit like that, and the trial was actually in 2022.
Really?
Yeah.
Verdict?
And this happened, yeah, man, and she's already been dead for over 10 years. She died on 2012.
Jesus.
And then, like, the YouTube account, too, I was watching as well. She did give out, like, websites or whatever, like, basically, like, ways to, like, lock or to monitor your kids' stuff and everything, which I think is important, too. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of, like, it's really hard because I feel like children do deserve their privacy to some degree, but at the same time, how much is going too far? But then there's also some children that are, like, troublemakers, and you really have to keep a tight leash on them. So, like...
But then it's also like, if you keep a tight leash, those kids get curious as to what you're hiding from them.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Every time I kept getting groomed on Kick, bro. I wasn't dumb enough to share my address or anything. But, like, I would use, like, a fake name. Like, I wouldn't say I was from California. I'd say I was, like, from Hawaii and shit like that. But you know what? Like, I just liked the attention and stuff like that. And then, like, if it got boring or if they got too weird, I just block them and I just go on to the next John. Like, and I just kept getting... And I got caught, I think, 2 or 3 times by my mom.
I mean, Kick got dangerous really quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was a breeding ground.
I blame Eva from middle school. Fuck you, bitch. You got me into Kick. Because you had a boyfriend. You were being groomed, too. You dragged me into your cult.
Good God. Well, I mean, for me, I had basically... The door was just wide open for the internet. So I went in there. I saw too much at a young age, and I forever have been like this.
I found, like, fucking beheadings and shit like that, child porn. Everything was on there, dude. Everything.
It's almost, it's kind of disgusting to say, but it's almost like a rite of passage in those early days.
Yeah.
To, like, look at shit like that. Like, just really disturbing things that no one should look at.
Yeah.
But now, there's, like, stricter... What's the word? Like, layered ways to get to those kind of sites. Mm-hmm. Which shouldn't even be active in the first place, but...
Yeah.
They're there.
Kick is still active, too.
Yes, but it
is. You can do live videos on there, too, which is fucking weird. I was just like, what?
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah. So, don't let your kids have Discord at such a young age, or a Kick. Or an Instagram.
But it is also tough, because, like you're saying with your cousin, like, most places now want you to have like some form of social media to stay in contact or keep you up to date.
Yeah.
Which is, because honestly, I think I could have probably gone through middle school and high school without like a phone. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like middle school for sure, I could have gone without it.
Yeah. I remember I was always on my phone. I got it taken away so many times in middle school. But it's not because I was like texting and shit like that. I was listening to music. I was one of those kids. I would like, since I had long hair, I would like tuck in the headphones. This is when I had the little, the skull candy gummy ones. I'd just put them inside my shirt and I'd fling it over my shoulder and then I'd put one in my ear. And then I tuck the other one inside my shirt and then I had my hair down. So you could never tell I was listening to it. But somehow I would always like lean forward and then like pull out and then it'd make noise and shit like that. I was always getting in trouble because of
that. You know what? Your case kind of like pissed me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I told you like, it pissed me off just as much.
Because like it also has me thinking about like other missing like persons cases. Like when I did Brian Schaefer, like no one has an iota of an idea as to where he went, right? But there is a potential chance he's out there, and he's aware he's missing. Like he's seen posters, he's seen videos, he's seen video essays, podcasts that describe him, and he knows. I guess it's always upsetting to think that yes, people can go missing on their own volition, but it hurts even more when they just refuse to speak up about it. Like, at least give us the feeling that yes, you're okay, and not having us worry. Or is that like a weird way to think?
I don't feel like it's weird at all. I feel like it's... Yeah, because this case really does open your eyes too, because it's a little frustrating. I mean, obviously I'm glad she's okay and she's safe. But at the same time, how many tears and how many like sleepless nights
was your family... mother? Yeah.
Like, not only her mom. Like, if she doesn't like her mom, I get it. I don't like my dad. But, I mean, like, other family members. Like, you have 2 little siblings.
Yeah, but, like, this mom was almost basically, like, killing herself. Trying to find her daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just for her to go, don't take me home. I just want my license.
Yeah. So, and then... That was in July of last year, obviously. So I don't know if they're talking now, if they're in good standing now. I genuinely don't know anything. I haven't... You know what? Fuck it. Let me look up the Facebook account. Maybe she updated more on Facebook and not on the TikTok. Well, yeah, so I guess there is an update.
No shit.
Her and I guess the dude that she was living with, they're not a couple, but they were basically like roommates and shit like that. Because neighbors claim that they never interacted with each other romantically. So, I
kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the way the guy looks. He just looks like a predator. Like, there's no other way to put it.
That's Alicia. What the heck? Why did it stop talking? But anyways, so she's saying she understands that and she's glad that people, like, she's like thanking people that they were worrying about her and stuff like that. But she's fine. She just doesn't want to go back to her mom, I guess. But yeah, that's the closest update, that they moved out. That's all I know. So I did go to the Finding Alicia page. But but remember how her mom, not only was she sharing Alicia's story, pero también the story of like other children that have gone missing and shit like that. So I'm looking at it and it's just a whole bunch of teens that have been missing. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I want to be frustrated for the mom. Like, I'm glad she had... It is nice to know that the mom can rest a little, knowing that, yes, her daughter is safe.
It's alive.
Yes.
At least. Whether she wants to be in her life or not, that's up to Alicia.
It's so frustrating though. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing that to my mom. That's horrible. But who knows? Who knows what happened? We don't know what happened.
Okay. Ready for my stuff?
Yeah, I'm ready. Ready, Freddy?
Okay. Do you even remember what I told you about? No?
I don't even know what I ate yesterday, bro. I don't even know what I ate this morning.
You know what's funny? I continued listening to like the podcast again because it's been a while. Because I'm always like re-listening to it like when I'm editing, and I just usually stop there. But I was like, all right, like let me continue. The episode I just started, you literally start off with, I don't remember what I ate this morning, dude. Jesus.
That's my favorite quote. My other favorite quote is, what's it called? I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to my neck. Yeah, I usually use that quote at work a lot. Because I'm always running around like a headless chicken.
Okay, well this one is an alien abduction. Yes, it is really hot in here.
Oh my god.
It's barely the beginning of summer too. That's the worst part of this.
I'm gonna kill myself, dude.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so this is the abduction of Linda Napolitano.
Oh, what a nice last name.
Right? Have you heard of this one?
No.
Okay. So, on the night of November 30th, 1989, on the quiet streets of Lower East Side of Manhattan, on the 12th floor of the apartment building that she was at, Linda, her husband, and her two sons were all fast asleep. When at around 3 a.m., Linda woke up. She found herself surrounded by 3 short aliens. She reported that she was unable to wake up her husband as she felt that the aliens were telling her to be quiet in an odd and bizarre language. Then they proceeded to levitate her out of the window of her 12th story apartment. Linda was now hovering over the streets of Manhattan in a blue-white beam along with the aliens heading up in a clamshell-shaped spaceship. Yes.
I want to know how she was levitating, because when they said that she was levitating out of the window, like, was she just on her back and was she just floating on her back, or like...
She was...
Or was she like Peter Pan style, how she's like...
No, the best way I could describe it is Gojo when he's like tweaking out and he's like looking
that's
up.
What I think. Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah,
oh
I think that's the best way to describe it. I don't think she was just like chilling.
Imagine being the fucking husband and waking up and then just see your wife floating in like her white sleeping gown, like she's getting possessed.
Oh my god, nah.
I'd be scared shitless.
Once on board with the other aliens, Linda said they began to run several different experiments on her, including putting a strange instrument inside her nose.
Ew.
She then woke up 2 hours later at around 5 a.m. next to her husband as if nothing had ever happened.
Oh my god.
So even he had no clue. Oblivious.
She's like, bro, I was abducted by aliens. He's all like, oh, what's for breakfast?
Oh, kind of gravy and eggs. At around this time, a famous ufologist, I fucking hate that. Oh, I hate that word so much. UFOologist, English language angers me every time. Or was gathering alien abductions and encounters by the name of Bud Hopkins for this book. Did I do the story? No, I didn't do the story, huh? Okay. I guess because I just kept reading this. 2 years later, after Linda was abducted, she reached out to Hopkins and showed him a picture of an X-ray she had done. The X-ray revealed a cylindrical object that had spiraling extensions that curl out away from her face. Linda would later claim that this very object was removed by a later abduction. Linda went to a nose and throat specialist that confirmed that it was indeed gone by saying, quote, "A ridge of built-up cartilage showed where it had once been embedded," unquote.
Damn.
So basically, yeah, you could see physical proof that there was something in her nose and now it's completely gone. In the same year of 1991, Hopkins received a letter from a police officer who was on duty of the night of 1981. In the letter, he reported that him and his partner were underneath the FDR bridge when they both saw Linda and 3 aliens floating in the air in the blue light.
What the heck?
In the letter, the officer described that they felt guilty for not helping the woman, and that one of them had a nervous breakdown, and would spend nights under her apartment building just in case the invaders ever came back. Upon receiving the letter, Hopkins told Linda to not talk to these officers, should they reach out. And sure enough, one evening, these two officers visited Linda's apartment, revealing themselves as Richard and Dan. They confronted her and demanded answers as to what they saw that night. Linda would tell them to contact Hopkins if they wanted their questions answered. Shortly after this, Hopkins would receive a letter revealing that the two men who visited Linda were no police officers, but were two undercover bodyguards on a security detail for, quote, an important political figure, unquote, who was present with the abduction, who was present when the abduction happened, as the letter was signed by a political figure, but only signed it as him.
Ew.
Mm-hmm. Now we're getting to what makes the abductions case one of the most famous among the UFO and alien conspiracy community. Hopkins was working with the UFO abduction researcher. They found out that at least 23 other witnesses had saw Linda and the abduction on public record.
Mm-hmm.
All these accounts make her story as credible as it can be, as Linda said, quote, if I was hallucinating, then the witnesses saw my hallucination. That sounds crazier than the whole abduction phenomenon, unquote. Okay. And one of the best witnesses comes from a woman named Janet Kimball. No, Kimberly, my bad. Kimberly, who was on the Brooklyn Bridge, who, along with her and many others on the bridge, all saw the same thing. Janet reported that all their vehicles stopped working as her craft got near. At first, she thought she was seeing a sci-fi movie being filmed, but then knew that this was no ordinary film. And a woman was fighting for her life. She said, quote, somebody must be making a movie. This must be a movie because this is impossible. And yet I'm looking at it. There are people floating in the air, unquote. Now that's the end of my notes. My original notes were going to be even longer. Because the site I was getting a majority of my information got really crazy and off rails.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
I'm so sorry.
I
did not need to make that noise.
What did you hit?
I hit my laptop with my water bottle. Well, I mean, I didn't hit it. I just tapped it.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the website. I would have to relook at it.
It's fucking hot in here, bro.
I know.
Okay.
I'm
fine. I'm alive.
You're good.
I'm fine.
Just deep breaths.
That doesn't help.
Oh, okay. But he was getting like accounts from these two security guards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I didn't want to add it in at the time, still technically, but this guy Hopkins, who's writing all the abductions and the accounts for everybody, he did research on these two bodyguards because he's also a hypnotist.
Oh God!
So he did work on Linda, on these two bodyguards. And the story got so weird and off the rails. I'm like, this isn't... Like, it doesn't...
Make sense?
It doesn't make sense because... let me get their names again. Where is it? Okay, so... Richard and Dan. So, Richard had claimed that him and Linda were lifelong friends since they were kids. And that they had been abducted by aliens prior to all of this, right? That they were like in the exact same abduction, and that they were also like lifelong lovers too at the same time, which made no fucking sense.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. This is all happening like during like a hypnosis session. So like he's trying to get information out of these guys, out of everybody. And I'm not 100% sure on the credibility of this. Though it is sort of confirmed that during this time, like Linda's main abduction, right? Richard and Dan had sort of kidnapped her to interrogate the information out of her. I think that's one thing that can be confirmed out of all this. But what happens next, I can't be sure, and it's gonna it's just like a trigger warning for anybody because like this is gonna get really heavy really quickly. For like sexual assault stuff. Apparently Dan had attempted to kidnap Linda again. and was going to basically rape her during this process, with Richard stepping in and saving Linda. I can't be sure if the information is actually credible, because I doubt.
We're not laughing at that, I swear to God. I just had my mouth open this whole fucking time in complete shock.
Because, like, as much as I want to believe, like, the alien abduction, sure. But when you bring, like, hypnosis into it, I don't know if I can really...
No, it's not scientifically proven. No. I don't believe that shit. Like ghosts.
First off, bitch.
Oh, whoa, you call me the B word.
Oh, it's on. It's on. But, like, you're whining. Why I oughta fucking...
Like, what was the saloon?
Yeah.
Saloon like, duels and shit like that.
But it just got weirder and weirder because, like, he was claiming that, yes, like, Richard's like, yeah, me and Linda are, like, star-crossed lovers. Like, we were meant to be here. And that this important political figure where he was also abducted during all of this, too. And he can vouch for all of this. And
do you think maybe he just was so delusional that he was the one that was doing everything? But, I mean, it still doesn't make sense if there was another, witness that saw...
There was 23 other public witnesses.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fucking weird. Maybe he was going through, like, a psychotic break.
Maybe, because remember that these, quote, police officers, unquote, one of them had a mental breakdown.
Mm,
so sure. Maybe during all of that, maybe he... I don't know, had like this weird like hero fantasy complex where he just wanted to save her.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it got so weird and like the information was like, it didn't seem trustworthy. But I do feel like I have the need to present it. A lot of it, I do have to give credit to the guy who made the website. I have to go find it again. But he's a skeptic. His whole thing is like trying to debunk alien stories, and it's like this one's kind of really hard to debunk because of the witnesses. There's a lot of them, and especially the end quote. Like if everyone saw my hallucination, like that's even more crazier than the abduction. Like,
yeah.
But he's like, well, when it comes to the hypnosis stuff, like
that's where it starts getting sketchy.
Yeah, that's where it's getting weird, and he's like, he can't really trust it.
Was it like a small town?
This is Manhattan.
Oh shit, never mind.
No fucking small town.
Never mind.
But it's just really weird.
I don't know what I don't know
to make of it.
Yeah, I don't know how to add to this. Well, there was this yoga instructor that she had a yoga class and it was just full of women except for one man. And he stayed in the back, right?
Didn't you send me that?
Yeah.
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 Finish the story so everyone knows.
He stayed in the back and he was taking pictures of all the women. And they were kind of like, stop fucking taking pictures. And he wouldn't stop taking pictures. So they were kicking him out. And he's like, no, I paid for this class, so I'm staying. And shit like that. And I think one of the girls... I think he did it again too, and one of the girls, she threw like a 2 or 3 pound weight at him. Allegedly, and shit like that. And then he's like, "I'm gonna sue you guys," but he had signed a waiver that if he got injured at the studio, it wouldn't be his fault. So everybody, allegedly, are all saying that he fell on the weights, which is fucking fantastic. To have his luck. Wow.
Oh well. Regardless, the dude had like multiple pages of dedicated to just the research of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was crazy reading that part.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely don't know what else I can contribute to this. I'm just angry.
For the first story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still a little annoyed. I mean, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep an open mind.
Yes.
At the end of the day, she's not guilty. At the end of the day, she was technically still a victim. I'm just glad she's safe.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time...
at the same time, she's kind of, like, right now, she's kind of rude about it. Just a little bit. It's weird.
Yeah.
But she's safe. that's all that matters.
Yeah.
She's okay. I think this might be like the first missing persons case that we've done that actually has a conclusion.
Yeah, it's rare. Yeah. It's rare because when there's a missing persons case, the first 48 hours are crucial. Because a lot of things can happen in 48 hours and shit like that. And usually after those 48 hours, somebody's dead. So yeah, that's why a lot of people think that she was being trafficked. Who knows? I don't know.
Right. I guess it's just dial it back down. What do you think is gonna happen in the movie for later on? Or did you already read what happens in the movie?
I mean, I skimmed through it. I haven't read the Haikyuu manga, but I've skimmed through it. It's gonna be the Battle of the Garbage Dump, which is essentially... Okay, so, like, each team has a mascot, right? So this team is called Nekoma. Neko means cat. So their mascot is a cat. And then Karasuno, they're crows. So the Battle of the Garbage Dump, because their schools were so bad that they kind of got popular and everything, but now they're bad again. What's it called? They're not as good as, like, the more fortunate schools, the ones that get paid more, that are, like, more private and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, that's why it's called the Battle of the Garbage Dump, because it's, like, when you're in garbage, it's, like, cats versus the crows. They're both eating the garbage, you know? So they're kind of, like, fighting for it. And right now they're in nationals, so they have to fight each other. Obviously, Karasuno's gonna win, because, of course, Spoilers. They win. You don't know who Karasuno is.
Not at all.
So, I don't even know why you're going with me.
Just going for the vibes. Plus, you're like...
It's a really good anime.
Plus, you're like, I have no one to go with. I'm like, bro, just take me with a fuck.
It's a really, really good anime, bro. You just don't know. The dub is so perfect.
Were we watching it in dub or sub?
We're watching it in a sub because they don't have the dub for it.
You sure? Usually they always give, like, options.
Mm-mm.
No?
No, like, you can't even watch the dub of Haikyuu on Crunchyroll. When Haikyuu was on Netflix, they had the dub and the sub. So I watched it, and they had, 2 seasons of dub, and then season 3 wasn't on there, but it was on Crunchyroll, and that one was in sub, so I had to watch season 3 and season 4 in sub.
How long has anime been going? I feel like I've been hearing about it since high school.
Probably since, like, 2011, 2012.
Good God, and they're still in school playing volleyball? Jesus Christ.
This has literally all been just one school year, dude. Dude, My Hero Academia, how long has that been going? They're still 1A.
Yeah.
They're still fucking freshmen. So, yeah.
Hi, everybody. If you wish to avoid My Hero spoilers, go to 1 hour, 29 minutes, and exactly 29 seconds. Thank you.
Anyways, I've been looking at a lot of My Hero spoilers, too.
Yeah.
Anime and manga.
Yeah, I haven't got up on the manga.
Look at us. Our hearts are breaking left and right.
Mm-hmm.
But
should we talk about it, or
no? Maybe off the record. We'll talk about it.
I mean, I can do what I did last time for the Jujutsu Kaisen one.
I mean, well, I didn't see much spoilers, but at least for the anime. Okay, spoiler alert. At least
we're going for it anyway. Okay.
At least for the anime, Aoyama is revealed to be the traitor, which I fucking knew the whole time because he was always sus. The reason as to why the reason as to why I knew he was sus was that moment where he made eye contact with Dabi and Dabi didn't kill him. That was during the training the training camp arc. I was like, he's behind some shit. For sure. I thought he was like All for One's like kid or some shit, like, and just a spy. But he was a spy, but just not All for One's kid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's crazy. So that's automatically I knew that he was. And Hagakure, I thought she was a little sneaky too.
I mean, everyone thought it was gonna be her, but yeah.
Because I feel like that's the only way. You never know when she's fucking there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember, like, did she know that he was the traitor too, but just didn't say anything?
I doubt that.
Or what? I don't know.
No one knew.
But supposedly in the manga, I think somebody flashes light on her, and then you can actually see her. Like, her whole... It was okay until Horikoshi fucking did the NSFW art of her. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Well, yeah, he did Hagakure outside of her invisible form. And she basically has, like, the caution tape all over her, like fucking Lady Gaga. And she's, like, buck-ass naked. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You're already a creep.
Yeah, Jesus.
But yeah. Bakugo, he can only use one arm now. 2. My poor baby.
Talking about in the manga, right?
Yeah. And then, what else? Oh yeah, then Deku was technically quirkless, but Shigaraki ended up giving him All for One to Deku before Shigaraki died, supposedly.
He says that he still has embers of One for All.
Because they're both kind of like the opposite side of the same coin, so it makes sense. But it's kind of like with All Might, like he still had a little bit of the embers, but he couldn't fully use it anymore.
It means he's got to pass it on to somebody then.
Maybe, who knows? But I mean, like, the world of heroes is forever changed now. They're in the epilogue.
Yeah. I mean, they already, like, revealed, like, a new villain, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like, as, like, the manga, like, panels were, like, showing shit, like, left and right. Like, technically, like, the epilogue is still going.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long epilogue.
Yeah, but it showed, like, some dude crying in rubble, and he looked, like, people were like, that's gotta be, like, a new villain. Like, no one knows who he is. He hasn't been part of this at all. And people think it's like, some villain coming out of the rubble after all, like, the war. Like, starting some shit. Maybe.
And then Aoyama leaves 1A.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shinso comes in. They do a little switcheroo, basically.
Yeah. I'm proud of him. He worked so hard.
He did. No, fucking... Holy shit. Anime. Monoma. Fucking goated. I love Monoma. He's annoying as fuck. But he reminds me of myself, dude. Did you see the little... Okay, so apparently, you know Kurogiri, right? The smoky guy? The bartender?
Mm-hmm.
He's like locked up or whatever. They make him touch Kurogiri. Monoma gets his quirk. He's able to warp people left and right in the fucking war, dude. And then he touches Aizawa too, gets Aizawa's quirk. So not only is Aizawa stopping Shigaraki, but Monoma too. And then there's like that water guy that's just making sure that they don't blink. He's like putting the little water close to their eyes. That's what happened. That's what happened in the last season too. When Shigaraki... I have
not seen
oh my god,
anything.
Dude. When Shigaraki is using his power, obviously because he's too strong, Aizawa uses his quirk and shit like that. And the moment he blinks is the moment he gets his quirk back. And you can do a lot in like even 1 second of damage. So, what's his name? Emmanuel? The one that Ida was working with, he was interning with.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a little low water hero or whatever. But what he was doing is that he was using his quirk to keep his eyes moist, so that Aizawa wouldn't blink. So that's how they were able to try to defeat Shigaraki. And then Shigaraki, I think he did end up blinking or whatever, and he ended up touching Aizawa's leg, and then quickly before he turned to dust, he cut his leg off. Yeah. Shit. Crazy shit has been happening with this whole war stuff. It's bad.
I mean, like, I don't know what it is. I feel like I've lost, like, my momentum to, like, watch it.
Because I feel like it was a whole happy-go-lucky, and that's what I loved about it. And then now it's like...
No, I'm not like opposed for like an anime like turning like dark.
Yeah, I'm like, not really opposed to it either, but like that hype that we used to have, it's not there. Probably because of the fandom too.
That is also a major factor for me too. Like especially recently with like those little kids asking like really inappropriate questions at conventions.
Do you ship what Deku and Arian?
Yeah,
some shit like that.
Yeah, she asked.
Justin Briner even tweeted and everything like, "Don't ask me these questions because he can get in trouble for even answering and shit like that." I mean, obviously it's gonna be a no, but I mean, still he's gonna get in trouble one way or another. He doesn't want to lose his job, his connections. I get it. It's tough, man. People don't know how to fucking shut up.
But it's like these.
So many dumb people. I don't even know how to explain it. They're just stupid.
It's not just dumb people. Like, there has to be somebody to filter the questions like before they got up. Like the one with the Hasbin Hotel one. Like that was like a 9-year-old kid. You didn't know about that one? Oh boy. Okay. This was at GalaxyCon, so I think this is like somewhere in the
Midwest,
yeah. There was a panel event for the cast of Hasbin Hotel. I think Charlize VA was there. I think what's the one? The bless you.
Sorry. Sorry.
The one that's a porn star. What's his name?
Angel Dust.
Angel Dust. That's the one that was towards the question. So it was Angel Dust. So this 9-year-old girl goes into the line of questioning, right? And when it's her turn, she asks, "Were you embarrassed making the sex moaning for your character?" And I think it was the person who was Alistair immediately went like, "Where are your parents?" Like, very concerned. And like, Angel Dust is like laughing it off, but trying their best not to like
be rude,
but they weren't going to answer it, obviously. I don't remember.
I feel like if shit like that happens and they allow children in 18+ places, the parents should be kicked out of the whole con.
People were like, where were the parents? Like,
take away the badges, give them a refund, shoo them.
Oh, fuck the refund.
Shoo them.
But, yeah, a lot of people were very upset. And it's not the first time that shit like this has happened. People are like, everyone knows that it's an 18+ show. If you were going to have kids at the fucking thing like screen their questions, what are they gonna ask? Or screen everybody, like what are they gonna ask?
That one minor I was telling you about that was dressing up as has-been characters, she dressed up as Angel Dust too, I think, for Anime Riverside.
Yeah, there's a lot of Has-Been Hotel cosplays there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, she was a fucking minor, and I was like, do you not see what's wrong with this? I just think it's wrong and everything. I don't think it's cool at all.
That's why it's really hard getting to like new shows too. Like the fandoms can ruin a lot of shit.
For sure.
Yeah. That's also one of the reasons why I was like hesitant to watch Demon Slayer at first. Because
I didn't know anything about the fandom. Well, because I started watching Demon Slayer, well, it was before we met, but it was during COVID. And so apparently I grew up watching anime and shit like that. And then in high school I took a break because I was getting bullied for it. So that's when I started getting into like boy bands and shit like that. And then COVID happened, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna start watching anime again. And then I always saw Demon Slayer pop up, and I hated the art style. I was like, Tanjiro looks so fucking stupid. Like, I just don't like that thing on his forehead. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what even is that?
That's my boy. Whoa.
I know, hold up. But that's just what I was thinking at first. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to watch it. And I watched it and I was like, oh my god, this changed my life. Yeah. I mean, well, I had watched up to... Season 1 was already completed. I binged all of Season 1. Yeah. But I was there, like, technically since the beginning. Since Mugen Train came out, I was a fan before that.
But before I even started, like... meme apps that we're using were like not only sexualizing like Nezuko, but they were like shipping her with Tanjiro like really fucking hard, and I was like grossed the fuck out when somebody explained it to me. And then Daisy like had watched it first, I was like, watch it with me. Like I'll watch it with you. I rewatch it all of it with you. I'm like, sure. Like, you know, I'll watch it.
It's a good show.
And it's a great show. It's a loving show. Like, this brother's just fighting his life for his sister. I'm like, it's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But the fandom can really ruin it. So I try my best to, like, especially with, like, I got really, like, heavy into Steven Universe, like, during high school.
I've never seen it.
A good show. Really good show. A lot of sweet messages there that, like, anybody can find for themselves. Actually, I need to finish it too, because they made like a last season / movie.
I've been wanting to watch Steven and Gravity Falls. I've never seen Gravity Falls.
But with Steven Universe, the fandom can get a little toxic.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So
just like any fandom. That's why I try to stay away. I feel like the fandoms you need to stay away from are the ones that, I mean, that involve cute characters, honestly. Like Spy Family. Oh, I completely stay away from the family. Because, like, the fandom, because people make headcanons of your grooming Anya.
No.
Yes! Straight up, I fucking saw it on Instagram. This is when Spy Family first came out, dude. And, what's it called? Before Spy Family came out, I think there was only one episode out. I liked it so much, I binged the whole fucking manga until, I think, the beginning of season 2?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. And then, like, I was getting hella into Spy Family. My mom was watching it, too. That was one of the few animes my mom actually got into with me.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, because of that, I would get a whole bunch of Spy Family shit like that. And they're, like, shipping Anya with Yor. And then, like, the things that Yor does to Anya when Lloyd isn't around. And I'm just like, this is fucking disgusting. I mean, obviously, like, I immediately, like, block and, like, look away. And I was like, that's why I feel like any anime that has a cutesy character like that, stay away from the fandom.
I did not know Spy Family even had a fandom like that.
Oh, yeah. It's terrible.
Fucking nuts.
I mean, I feel like, well, there's bad apples. That's why not the whole fandom isn't shitty.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, at the same time...
You make the show and the people who like the show look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then with the fucking incest in anime too, I can't with it. It's so normalized now.
Yeah.
Oshinoko, the twins, Hikaru and Kaoru.
Spy Family.
On High School Host Club. Oh my god. I
hate it so much.
I love Yuri so much.
You love him? He's annoying as shit.
But I think it's sweet. Okay.
No! It's borderline obsession.
Can you guess what my favorite in Spy Family actually is?
Damien.
No. Well, he's my second favorite actually.
Bond?
No.
Oh, fuck you. Bond's like top tier. What's her name?
It's not a girl.
Not a girl? The elegant guy?
Huh?
The elegant guy?
No.
Fuck. Frankie.
Ever since I saw Frankie, I was all like, I love this dude. He's my favorite. He's so relatable. He's a fucking mood.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, it's cool.
I love him. He's great.
He's a funny guy.
Damien's my second favorite. He's so adorable. I was like, this is like my little son. I do
like the relationship between, like... Because, like, Anya calls Frankie, like, almost like uncle. And it's like a cute uncle relationship, and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like people will absolutely make disgusting art for that.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. They even made, I think an NSFW doll of Anya, too. Like a figure. Well, like, it's not an official, but it's like somebody just made it. And, yeah, it's terrible, too. Like, there's this, she's not Hatsune Miku. She's kind of like the fat version of Hatsune Miku. Her name is called, Supersonico. I have her figure. And she's supposedly the plus size version because she's apparently fat in Japan.
Oh,
she's not fat at all. Look her up. Look her up. But Supersonico, unlike Hatsune Miku, is like a high schooler, I guess.
That one. That's considered plus size?
Yes, apparently in Japan. But anyway, Supersonico, she's a marine biology student. She's in a band. She works part-time in a cafe, I think, like that. Mm-hmm. And, well, she fucking loves music. So, a lot of the figures all of the figures you're gonna see from her NSFW, her in bikinis, her wearing very provocative clothing. Her boobs are fucking huge. You know what I mean? I love her. She's just super cute, and stuff like that. But
yeah, it took me like 2 seconds, and I already found one figure that's absolutely disturbing.
Let me see. Is that the one that I'm gonna try to
She's
tell
like
you
a
about?
kid.
That one.
This one?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and she's eating ice cream. As soon as that figure came out, the fan art was just horrible of her as a child, like that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I feel like the people that created it, they should have been more vigilant too, because it's literally like, I'm not saying that she's a porn star, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's like making a baby doll of a porn star in a way. And it's just fucking weird. I binged My Happy Marriage too. Yeah. I'm almost caught up with Delicious in Dungeons.
Have you started that?
Dude, it's so good.
I've just barely continued watching Furin Journey to the End.
My-
Still like almost crying in every fucking episode. Like, god damn it.
That's the one I'm gonna watch next. I actually paused One Piece.
The English dub is actually really fucking good.
Yeah. The English dub for Delicious in Dungeon is good too, and My Happy Marriage. If you decide to watch it, you don't have to. But
I've been watching a lot more like new stuff for like English, because I know I have to. For like a while, I had this like toxic mindset where I was like,
dub is trash.
No, like the current new generation of voice
Manga.
actors.
Oh.
Of voice actors, I'm like, they just don't hit the same as like the old generation. But then I'm like, I was thinking, I sound old when I say that. Like, I gotta give them a chance. And a lot of these new voice actors are crazy talented. Like Mal, her voice is great. Mm-hmm. Same thing with like Furin. Like when you look at her character, you think like, oh, like for the Japanese, they'll probably like attach like a high cutesy anime girl voice, but for the English dub, she's like mature, like voice sounding. Like, it's great, and it fits. It fits really well.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's this voice actor that's kind of like newish that I've been starting to get into a lot. His name is Damien Haas. Whoops. And his name is Damien Haas, and he voices the love interest in My Happy Marriage, and he also voices Laios in Delicious in Dungeon, which is the main character. Mm-hmm. His voice range is pretty good. I really, really do like dig his voice a lot. It's pretty good. And yeah, I have no complaints over the Delicious in Dungeon voice acting. It's phenomenal.
I've seen clips, and it's been really funny.
And then Senshi, the one with the big ass beard and shit like that, my friend wants to cosplay him. So she's gonna cosplay him, but the thing is that she has like a little like you know, like the little smokers, like the one where you have to put the water in.
Yeah.
Like the smoker fluid.
Yeah.
She has a mini one that you can put like in your jacket or whatever. She's gonna put it in the little pot. She wants to carry around the pot so that it's smoking with like fake meat on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. She's trying to convince me to cosplay Chilchak or the dwarf girl. And I'm like, I'll think about it. But yeah. It's really hot in here. Jesus, we talked a lot. Mm-hmm. We're just nerds. We love anime.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's nice to be listening to like the new official dubs for a lot of things. Like Solo Leveling, I gotta watch that one in dub because...
What time is it?
5:30.
Damn, already?
Because like the voice actor for Zenitsu is like the main guy for that, and he's fucking tearing ass in that one.
Yeah, he's getting very popular. Like, basically, like, the Bryce effect is now, like, forget Bryce, it's all about Alex now. Because Bryce was getting pretty popular, too. Because he was, Kirito, Meliodas, Eren, and fucking Inosuke? But I feel like the thing is that maybe he doesn't have much range because his voice is so unique, you know? He can't, like, you could automatically tell that it's him.
He just has such a specific voice. It's really hard to fucking miss.
Which in reality, it's like good at the same time. It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people were just like, I swear to God, if they put Bryce as Toji, I'm gonna riot. And I was like that too. I was like, please don't put Bryce as Toji. I don't want him
I can't
as
hear
Toji.
that as Toji, no.
No, I don't want him at all. But yeah. I don't feel like there's any character in Jujutsu Kaisen that he could be able to voice. I can't see him voicing anybody in that show.
Maybe, like, making sounds for a cursed spirit. Maybe. Because his voice is pretty naturally high-pitched.
True, but I mean, at the same time, the curses, it's like when they talk, it's kind of like wavy too.
That's why, yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe, probably.
Because, like, a lot of, like, voice actors already do, like, background, like, they change their voice just a little bit for background characters or, like animals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the cast for Dragon Ball Z, they do a lot of like, background shit.
Yeah, like, I'm watching One Piece in dub, and there's a character, Ian Sinclair, which is the narrator for Kaguya-sama.
Mm-hmm.
He voices the character Brooks, the skeleton dude.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, like, I'm listening and I'm watching it, and I'm just like, that's his voice, that's his voice, that's his voice, that's his voice. And he's voicing, like, all these small characters, like, just, like, person A, person B, or whatever.
Mm.
Like, these small villagers, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for him to finally join the Straw Hats. Because it's just so good. So good.
Yeah, also, I love hearing him, too, fucking in Dragon Ball.
And then, yeah, because I've never heard him at all in Dragon Ball, but there was a clip that popped up, too, and the way that he was talking, I was like, whoa, he sounds really good in this show, too. And then, what else? Patrick's Sights? Like, even though his voice sounds the same, it's completely different when he uses it aggressively and then when he uses it, like, in a silly way.
Mm.
Because he also voices Frankie in One Piece. Imagine Jim Carrey with the sound of Patrick. Like, his character was literally inspired by Jim Carrey from the 90s and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, so that's what Frankie is based off of with Patrick's voice, and he's just, like, hella funny, down to earth, loves Coca-Cola, he's a cyborg, it's dope as fuck. And it's so funny, but, like, at first I heard him as, like, Shoto, and, like, all angry and shit like that, like, he has a stick up his ass.
Yeah.
And then now he's, like, a goofy goober, and I'm like, what the fuck, I love this.
Yeah.
It's great.
Speaking of One Piece, like, right after, I think it was the following Monday after the con, Nicole was, like, talking about One Piece. I'm like, we still gotta do the One Piece cosplay. And she thought I was kidding.
Mm-hmm.
But I would still do it with you guys. Like, yeah, I want to do, like, Ace. And, like...
Just go dressed up as a donut?
No, I was gonna have, like, a mannequin's arm coming out of me. See how far I can go for that?
Okay, Rengoku.
If
you're gonna tell me there's a character with fire powers that turns into a donut, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
I know. Like a curse.
It's great. Oh, it's so fun.
Alright, should we wrap it up here?
Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
I ended my story at 1:30. We've been rambling for 35 minutes. But you know what? I love it. I love it.
High five. We haven't seen each other in a week, bestie.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah, it's been a minute. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for episode 28 of the Caffeinated Creeps podcast. Thanks everybody for stopping by, listening to us ramble about anime, because Lord knows we could actually have a whole separate podcast dedicated to that for sure.
That'd be funny. We should. Just a little shits and giggles one.
Yeah, we could have one on the side. It's not a bad idea. I'll think about that. Fun with our bitches. Yeah, because we wouldn't really have to prepare notes or anything. Just watch something once a week and convene.
Oh, we talk about the animes that we've been watching recently, and then we just discuss that.
Yeah, because we already did 30 minutes here.
And then we talk about the problems of certain animes, you know what I mean? Just our opinions.
Yeah, stop with the incest. It's fucking gross.
Yeah, the twincest, too. I'm looking at you, Hitachi twins, and fucking the brother and sister from Oshinoko.
If I had a nickel for every time 2 twins got into an incest, I would have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot. But it's weird that it happened twice.
No, I know 3.
Oh, shit. God damn.
It's from a hentai I watched when I was younger. It's called Kiss X Sis. And it's basically these two sisters that are, like, wanting to bang their little brother. But, like, by little brother, it's not like he's a child, but he's, like, a year or two younger than them. So they're both fighting for, like, his affection or whatever. Yeah, I can't continue on because it's hentai. But that's basically what they do. They do nasty stuff with their brother, and then they eventually do stuff together.
Yeah, if you want to hear us talk about like hentai porn and smut, go to over on our Patreon.
Oh god, this is great.
That's Caffeine Keeps After Hours. Yeah.
Oh wait, you want to know what's so fucking funny? Okay, so you know how I blocked that one dude from Anime Riverside?
Oh, yeah.
I blocked him, right? So I haven't seen anything. Anyways, I guess he follows one of my mutuals, Envy. And Envy posted on their story, they're all like, hey, like, does anybody want to be, like, in a Soul Eater, like, meetup? And shit like that, like, in a group cosplay. And then I was all like, hello? Like, may I enter the chat? And I was like, leans against my hearse. And they added me into, like, this group chat with a whole bunch of people and everything. There's, like, no doubles and shit like that. I have a son, and he's in there and stuff. And, like, so we're all talking and everything. And then they had mentioned some of the people recognized me, even though they didn't talk to me. They saw me at the convention because I had the big fucking scythe. And
it's so hard to not fucking see you.
And I'm explaining a little bit about him and the dude and everything, and then Envy was all like, oh wait, you're talking about this dude? And she sends a screenshot and he wants to be put in the group chat too and everything, and I was like, what are you gonna do? And they're all like, I'm not gonna add him. And I was like, okay, cool, I mean, that's fine, like, if you want to add him, that's fine, I just won't be in it, that's okay. But she had sent a video recording, and he has just been responding to all of her stories. To story after story after story, and she just does not reply back. Like, I think one time, too, she had joked about, that she'd send pictures of her feet or whatever for, like, $20 for food. Like, if you buy me lunch, I'll send you pictures of my feet and everything. She wanted to order, like, DoorDash or whatever. He's like, will you be putting tip or do you want me to pay for tip, too? And she was like, it was like a fucking joke, but he was actually gonna, like, pay them. Yeah. And, like, he's just a weird dude. The famous Buggy cosplayer that's always flipping people off.
he wrote down he voted for Gojo.
Yeah, he was there for Anime Riverside. We saw him at Anime Riverside and at WonderCon, and Jaime is so mad because he has gone as One Piece cosplays, but he has never gone up to Jaime. So he's salty about that. Oh, anyways.
Cool guy.
So I'm in this group chat, right, with a whole bunch of Soul Eater cosplays. And then I'm explaining to them all about what happened with this dude and everything. And then they're like, yeah, that's really weird and stuff like that. Like, I mean, if this cosplayer ends up going to this convention and everything, and if they start making you uncomfortable, just let us know, and, like, we'll tell them something. Like, we won't be afraid to tell them something. Because that's not okay. And I was like, this is technically the first time I've ever gotten, like, dealt with somebody like this at a con. So they're like, not to be rude, but it happens to everybody. Eventually, if somebody's gonna...
It's kind of crazy. As much as I love going to these conventions, the amount of people who like social awareness is also kind of crazy, too. Yeah. Like, they don't know where to draw, like, the lines and boundaries, like... It's
rough. I kept reiterating. I was like, he didn't do anything wrong. He just made me uncomfortable because he doesn't understand social cues. And when I told him no, he didn't leave. You know what I mean? Like, he was literally, like, in between me and Jaime when we were sitting on the grass. We got up so that we can shop around and find a snack real quick before going to the meetup. And then he's like, can I go too? And I straight up told him, no. We're on a date. And then I just, like, walked away quickly, and I pulled Jaime with me, like, and I was like, I should have told him this since, like, the beginning, but, like, it got to the point where I was getting annoyed too. So I didn't get much time to spend with you guys, and then, like, with him as well. So it's just, like, it was a lot of stuff. But I'm reiterating, I was like, he didn't do anything wrong, technically. He just lacks social cues, social awareness, or whatever. And when I told him to leave me alone, he just didn't get the hint and stuff like that. But he didn't tell me anything inappropriately. He didn't touch me. He didn't, none of that.
Yeah.
So I'm just explaining that to them too and everything. So like they understand and stuff like that. And then I guess they're like, oh, what's his at? So I'm telling them his at, so that they can keep an eye out for him and everything. And then I guess one of them accidentally presses my account, but they didn't know that it was me. And then they're like, ew, he has a podcast. I was like, this is already a red flag. And then I was like, wait, he has a podcast? I was like, I have a podcast too. And then he's all like, bye, like, I'm not talking to you anymore, like, as a joke. And then I was all like, I'm sorry, like, I put the little sad hamster meme and stuff like that. And then he's all like, oh wait, never mind, that's you. And he's all like, my bad. And then I was like, my podcast is True Crime and Paranormal. He's like, okay, now that's sick as fuck. And then he ended up following me. He's actually going to be cosplaying Death the Kid. So he's my son. So he ends up following me on Instagram and everything. And then he's all like, well, it's because when I saw the name Caffeinated Creeps, I thought, okay, yeah, it makes sense because he's a creep. And I was all like,
that's so unfortunate.
It's so heartbreaking too. I was just like, oh my god.
Oh shit.
I was like, why?
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. But he's like, no, never mind, you're cool. It's True Crime and Paranormal. They're like, that's sick as fuck. And I was all like, yeah, cool. So now I'm in his good graces again. But he's all like, if I find out you have a podcast, that's an immediately red flag. And I'm just like,
damn.
Are we red flags, Michael?
Yeah. Yeah, we're walking red flags.
At least we're not like the misogynistic ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love
fucking Pearl. Oh my god, don't get me started on Pearl. I'll tell you about her after. We should end this already. Alright, y'all, sayonara.
I was gonna go on a whole tangent with those misogynistic podcasts, but one of them got demonetized and is going broke.
Hell yeah.
One of the guys from, I don't know if you've even heard of it, the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Yes! I fucking hate them.
One of those guys split off from there to start a whole different one, right? And at first, it was going great because he's got his fucking, quote, alpha males following him or sigma males, whatever. And then he got demonetized and he can't get any revenue and no sponsorships for the podcast. And he's losing his mind. He literally went on this weird, meltdown.
Get a job.
Yeah, that's what everyone was telling him. Like, oh man, if you're such a hustler, go get a job. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, I fucking built this from the ground up. And everyone's like, just go get a job, dude. Like, you're kind of done. Like, no one's listening to him. And it's so satisfying to watch.
Yeah. I bet. Oh, God. I gotta tell you who Pearl is afterwards.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, this is gonna be the second...
the second ending after spoilers.
After us just kicking it. Do you want me to add the cosplayer thing?
Yeah, you can add it if you want. I don't care. I mean, if it's too much, take it out.
No, I mean, it's fine. You know what? To be fair, also, we're never going to be able to end this. His also lack of surroundings, too, is crazy. Like, when he was climbing the fence. Not even it was a fucking door. This 7-foot metal door.
He's gonna fucking fall and break his skull open.
Not just that, but there were cops rolling in. Like, he very well saw them and he continued to do it. Just for a photo. I'm like, it's not worth the photo. Like, there was no need to do all that to not only endanger yourself, but the possibility of getting arrested for a fucking photo.
He also told me he was going to AX for sentimental. Reasons? Because he's all like, last year my girlfriend broke up with me at the hotel over there.
Why the fuck?
So he's going again to cope, I guess. And I'm just like,
that's
okay.
So weird.
Yeah. But now I kind of regret not going to AX because there's a lot of cool people that are going.
There's so many VAs
compared to last year. Oh my god, there's the lineup is fucking great this year.
It's every time we don't go.
I know, right? Some cool shit happens. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm gonna try. I might not go to Pasadena because I want to go to ALA. ALA is a 4-day con. I'm not gonna go all 4 days though, but maybe at least 2, maybe 3.
Is it Comic-Con or is it another anime convention?
It's Anime Los Angeles.
Okay.
But basically, they have this cool thing where with your pass, they have a whole ribbon exchange. So they do this cool thing where you collect as many ribbons as you can, and they have a little balcony, and then people put their badges over to see how long the ribbons get. It's like a cool little thing. And then like on Saturdays they have like an anime ball where you get to dress up all fancy and like they have like nice music and shit like that. It's actually pretty fucking cool, and it's probably one of the best anime cons, I guess, in SoCal. That's what everybody's saying, that ALA is like the best con, like better than Expo and shit like that.
I wouldn't mind trying that.
I would like to go and stuff like that.
You said what, like next year?
It's in the beginning of the year. It's January.
Oh yeah, I'd be down to go.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd be down.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm down to go too and everything. Well, I mean, I'm gonna kind of have to go because the Soul Eater cosplay meetup
is in.
I thought it was gonna be like an online one because I'm in the Black Clover one as well, and basically, and like, dude, these cosplayers from Black Clover, they're like, one is from Florida, one is from Italy, and tried hitting me up and shit like that.
Right, I remember you telling about the Italy guy. Yeah,
and I was just like, what the heck? And then what's it called? And then another Haganazuka cosplayer, like, I think I posted something on my story a couple days ago where it's all like baby you, child you, teen you, and then adult you, or like now. Mm-hmm. And I posted that, and then he like put like heart eye emojis, and I was like, don't you have a girlfriend? It's so weird. I'm such a good catfish, but I thought it was all gonna be like, I thought it was gonna be like online, you know, because I guess when it comes to these little collaborations, it's just, we just take pictures and then we just all share it together, mm-hmm. I guess. In a way, but no, like, for Soul Eater, I just saw the title of it, and it says Soul Eater ALA Meetup, and I was like, I guess I'm going to ALA.
Fuck it. If it's not too expensive, I'm so down to go.
I mean, if not, there's this thing called ghosting conventions, too. You've never heard of that? So, for example, a lot of people for Anime Expo, they ghost it instead of actually going to the con, and they basically just stay outside, and they just take pictures with other cosplayers, because that's where all the cosplayers take pictures anyways, because it's so packed inside.
Yeah.
So that's basically what they do. That's what ghosting is.
Our first year for ever going to Anime Expo, that was really rough. I hated being in that crowd for an hour. Like, it was gross.
I was like, I kind of want to go to AX one more time, but the only way to enjoy it is if you get a hotel. You have to get a hotel. You have to stay. Yeah. You have to stay. Like, even if it's just 2 days, it's fine because, like, you don't have to worry about driving.
Yeah, because I don't think Me and Easy actually... We saw more Artist Alley than anything. I didn't get to experience, like, a quarter... No, I only experienced a quarter of, like, all the main vendors.
Because it was too packed. It was too fucking packed.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's because, like, Me and Easy were stuck in that crowd, like, going to you guys for the what was it? Like, the little hall for repairing? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible. Oh, my God. I hated it.
I'm just glad that by the time you guys finished and we got out, like, they kind of had that crowd control already settled. So it was more fluid. Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, like, it happens all the time. It's terrible.
But I'm down to try this LEA and this ball that's there.
Yeah, I heard that cool. I heard it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I got my fucking professional shirts right there.
Nice. But people go, like, dressed up but in cosplay, too. So, like, somebody dressed up as, like, Tanjiro, but he had, like, a suit on.
You know what?
Somebody dressed up as, like, Makima, but, like, in a sexy black dress. And
I'd be so down to do... I always loved his suit. Soul in, like, the red and black suit.
Yes!
I would love to fucking do
God.
that. I've always loved that fucking suit.
I'll get a black ball gown and be Lord Death.
That'd be so fucking cool.
That'd be so cool. That'd be great.
Mm.
And then fucking Nicole doesn't even have to dress up because she already has the suit if she decides to be a spirit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Daisy should be fucking Maka. I mean, might as well.
She has yet to watch Soul Eater. I don't think she will ever watch Soul Eater.
Damn.
She's bless you. She's
Daisy.
literally halfway into SVU.
Daisy sucks.
Alright, yeah. Alright, third attempt. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Love you. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, go check out the Patreon for exclusive 18+ stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that's where Michael tries to fit in a whole horse. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Mother, don't listen to this.
That's disgusting. Alright, bye, everybody.
Bye.